Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. I just want to take a second to quickly apologize for my absence on the internet of late. Basically, I just got really busy at varsity and I didn't have time to make any videos. So now that I have some time again, welcome to today's video. It's basically just a speed beat paint of one of my latest large illustration pieces. It's basically just a gouache painting that I did of some cats, and this video just shows you the process of how I did that. So I did leave out the part at the end where I put in all the details like the lines and the little shinies and all that stuff, simply because I forgot to film it. So I'll put in some stills at the end so you can see how the final turned out. But here you can see my process. So basically what I did is, so I used the lid of a really old watercolor palette as my gouache kind of mixing tray. So what I did was I just plonked out my colors and painted. So the key with gouache is to not water down the paint, because kind of one of the benefits of using gouache is the fact that you can get really flat, opaque planes of color. So I've kind of tweaked that a little bit, and I've used flat color but in a kind of painterly way. So you can see the brush strokes that I've used. I did that on purpose. I just thought I'd try it out because I can and I really like the way it turned out, so I think I'm definitely going to do more gouache paintings like this in the future. So in terms of choosing the color palette for this piece, I wanted to do it very carefully or in a very considered way, because there were so many cats that if I did a different color for each cat, the piece would look like a rainbow, and that wasn't really what I was going for. So I chose like bluey, purpley, pinky colors because they're next to each other on the color wheel, which means they go together quite well, and also because I could use like dark pinks, light pinks, redder pinks, and then blues, but not very blue. It's more like a very blue purple. Purples, just a lot of variation of color, so it could still be interesting to look at, but the color scheme would still be really cohesive because they were all very similar colors. Also, I didn't want to do a realistic kind of rendering of the cats because I felt like the way that I drew them lent itself to making them kind of more fantasy or cartoon cats. So basically that's why I chose the colors that I chose. And then I basically just painted them all in. So it took me a couple days. I don't know if you really noticed, but sometimes you see my sleeves changing. It's because it took me about a week and a half to paint, because I was at varsity, so I'd come home and paint for like an hour every day, which isn't that long. And then I wanted to have a flat color background, and I decided to do the background a bit darker than everything else to make the lighter colors really pop out, because not very many of the cats were dark, but even if they were, they weren't like very dark, I suppose. So yeah, that's pretty much what I did. And I'm thinking of maybe turning this into a pattern, so maybe scanning it in and using it to make like a computer wallpaper, or maybe I don't know, something that I can do something with, I suppose. So I'd be interested to hear if any of you guys would be interested in purchasing something like that, because I think that would be quite cool. And yeah, who knows, I might actually make it and do it. But yeah, so it took quite a while to paint so many different cats, just because I didn't have a big period of time to work on it. But I tried to keep the colors that I was using the same, and here's what I did for the background. So I mixed it on a separate thing because I didn't have that much space in my lid palette. And I needed a lot of the color so that I didn't run out halfway through, and then I'd have to remix it, and then you'd be able to see the difference because I was painting it in sections. Again, I didn't have the time to do the background all in one night. So yeah, here my tripod kind of got tired and it just fell over, but I'm gonna say it's a really cool effect that I managed to accidentally do. But yeah, the background was a lot of fun because it allowed me to play with the more matte, flat, like, it's not usability, but function, I don't know, the way that gouache allows you to do very flat matte backgrounds. And then you'll see it in the pictures just now of the final. I took a white gel pen and a black pen, and I did the line work with that. So on the lighter cats, I tried to keep the line work a little bit darker, and then on the darker purple colored cats, like the ones in the corners, I used more white line work just because it popped off nicely. And then also I outlined the cats a little bit in white because it really made them stand out from the background, which I think gave it quite a nice effect. Looking at it now, I do kind of like the simple flatness of it, but I mean, that's nice to know for next time. I still really like the way the final turned out. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it, / found it interesting, / whatever. Yeah, it was just a simple, quick speed paint just to get back into the flow of making videos, because I do want to post more often, because I actually really enjoy putting out content for you guys. So if you enjoyed it, please give this video a like, or maybe share it, or subscribe, because that would be great. But otherwise, I will see you next week for, I believe it's going to be a studio vlog. But yeah, I'll see you guys then, and have a great weekend, week, day, night, month, whatever. I'll see you.